And what do you get with a name? What do you get with a name? Is it just a vibration? What is it? Krishna himself has come. That person who's the source of everything, who contains everything within himself, now he has come to you. And Krishna doesn't come alone. He brings Balaram, Mother Jasoda, Nanda Maharaj, the cows, the calves, millions of cows and calves. They all come along with Krishna. He has a humongous entourage. Govardhan comes, Jamuna comes. Everything, Dwarka, Mathura, it all comes. When you open your heart to Krishna, Vrindavan Dham enters into your heart. So Rupa Goswami says, Nam Adi. It all begins with a name. You see. When that name comes, when that name enters into your heart, when you open yourself to the name, then you get everything. You get the name, the qualities, the form, the pastime, the entourage, the paraphernalia, the dham, the teachings. Everything becomes revealed as such a person who becomes purified, transcendentalized, spiritualized, Krishnized by the power of the name. Therefore, when you chant Hare Krishna, don't do it mechanically. When you chant Hare Krishna, dive deep, 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 deep into the ocean. Don't just snorkel dive on the surface. Get you a scuba tank and go deep, deep. And get a bathoscope and you go even deeper into that ocean. On the surface of the ocean, you will still feel the effects of storms on the surface of the ocean. So don't remain a neophyte devotee, kanishta, you see. Don't remain a neophyte devotee. Because then you will still be pinched by the material nature. Do you want to be pinched by the material nature? So, just like there's a hurricane on the surface of the ocean, the deeper you go, the less influence you feel of that hurricane. And finally you get deep enough, there's absolutely zero influence of that hurricane. Therefore, we have to learn how to be deep sea divers. Japa means, Prabhu, I'm going deep sea diving right now. See you later. Time for a little. Every morning I go deep sea diving. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, deeper and deeper. Into the association of that amazing person who has unlimited power, unlimited beauty, unlimited renunciation, unlimited wealth, unlimited fame, and unlimited knowledge. I go into associate with that person and drink deep the nectar of his lotus feet and his lotus face and his lotus breath and everything about him. I drink it deep, deep, deep into my heart. You see? That amazing person. Angamni yasha shakalendriya vritti vantanti pashayanti panti kalayanti chiram jaganti ananda chinmaya sadujvala vigrahasya govindam adi purusham tambaham jami. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, whose transcendental form is full of bliss, truth, substantiality, and is thus full of the most dazzling splendor. Each of the limbs of that transcendental figure possesses in himself, not itself, because every limb is he himself, you see. Each and every limb of that transcendental figure possesses in himself the full-fledged functions of all the organs, and thus eternally sees, maintains, and manifests the infinite universes, both spiritual and mundane. Now that's got to be an amazing person. Who wants to fall in love with some pretty young girl walking down the street where you can fall in love with Krishna? Is it? Now that person's got to really be amazing. Take any one of his limbs. Take his, take his wrist. Take Krishna's wrist. With his wrist, he eternally sees, maintains, and manifests the infinite universes, both spiritual and mundane. With his nose, with his ear, with his eyebrows, every single part of his body eternally sees, maintains, and manifests the infinite universes, both spiritual and mundane. Now that's got to be a really amazing person. Just imagine you can become the best friend of that person. You become his intimate companion. You can become the confidential, intimate companion of that person who only controls everything. You see? Sometimes they say it's not what you know, but who you know. You see? If you can get an inside connection, that person is more powerful, more famous, more. You're really sitting pretty. You see? So Krishna Gandhas means, why should you sit ugly when you can sit pretty? Don't sit ugly in the modes of nature. Sit pretty at the lotus feet of Krishna. That's Krishna Gandhas. Don't cheat yourself. Don't be an idiot. Don't be a moron. Don't be an ignoramus who stays connected with lust, anger, greed, madness, delusion, and envy. We have a stage in devotional service when you throw out that crud. It's called anartana vritti. You see? You throw out that junk. You get it out of your heart. Flush that stool down the toilet. Get rid of it. You see? It's stool. Lust, anger, greed, madness, illusion, envy. It's all stool. Just flush it. Get it out of here. You see? That's anartana vritti. Anartana vritti is flushing the toilet of your consciousness. Getting that crud out. You see? Those are our enemies. Lust, anger, greed, madness, illusion, and envy. So, now we're struggling, we're neophytes, we're struggling to get those things out. We're still tortured by them, that's a fact, isn't it? We're tortured by these things. Lust, anger, greed, madness, illusion, and envy. But so it's a struggle, you see. But here's the good news. As we progress through the various stages, first of all, Shraddha, you have faith in the process. 2, sadhu sangha, you associate with the devotees. Bhajana kriya, get initiated, take up the practices. And then the 4th stage is the real. 4th stage separates, we say in America, separates the men from the boys. You see. That's when you really work to clean that dirt out of your heart. There are many people come to our movement. Many people even get initiated, but how many people actually become pure devotees? Who become fixed for their whole life, totally dedicated to Prabhupada's mission, never leave, and they go back to Godhead. You see, so many people have come to our movement and left our movement also, you see. Because they got to that stage in anartana vritti and they didn't apply themselves. They did not apply themselves to get rid of those anarthas. Is it fun? Well, it can be. Do it in the right way with the right understanding. If you don't understand what you're doing, it can be miserable also to deal with them. If you don't understand what you're doing, you don't know what to do, you're not well trained, you see, you're not well read in Prabhupada's books, it can be a problem. And many people can't handle it and they leave, you see. You're not trying to get through that anartana vritti stage. But if you actually understand what it is and how to conquer it, then it becomes an exciting challenge like climbing Mount Everest. Is climbing Mount Everest easy? No, it's difficult. It's a great struggle, but why do people pay money to go to climb Mount Everest? Because it's a great, exciting adventure. So if you take this achieving anartana vritti, which Prabhupada equates with self-realization, if you take achieving anartha-nivritti is an exciting adventure, you apply yourself very diligently, just as someone who's climbing Mount Everest applies himself diligently to achieve it. Then it becomes, wow, a really nectarian thing to do. Wow, cool. I really love it. It's really fun to work on getting rid of this crud, you know? I mean, normally it's not fun to clean house, you know. But if you're in the right consciousness, it's ecstatic to clean your house. So this is cleaning house. Cleaning out the lust, anger, greed, madness, illusion, envy. What encourages us, what enthuses us to do that? Well, I know for us in the old days it was just being with Prabhupada. That's all we needed. Just seeing Prabhupada. Wow! What an amazing person. What an astoundingly amazing person. And I can become like that by following these teachings. Sign me up! You see? That's all we needed. We saw Prabhupada, that's all we needed. Such an amazing... Actually, I didn't even see Prabhupada. I just saw the followers of Prabhupada. I just saw Vishnu Janswami, and I didn't even see Prabhupada yet. I was so contaminated with the anarthas that when the devotees invited me, I didn't want to go. I was 5 blocks away from Prabhupada. I was living 5 blocks away from Prabhupada. I gave a lecture in Berkeley, California, and I'm such a stupid idiot, I didn't even go. So stupid. Because I was attached to this lust, anger, greed, madness, illusion, and the Indian. But later on, Krishna blessed me with some understanding that, you know, you're not God. You're not God. The Mayavadis taught me I was, and I believed it for a while. You see. The stupid Mayavadis, they taught me that I was God. And I read one book called The Book, subtitled On the Taboo Against Knowing Who You Are. And this book said, you are God, and now you just have to come out of hiding and be God again. So I tried it for a couple of days, I thought, oh, this is pretty cool. But then I realized this doesn't work. So all these things, I thought I was intoxicated with this idea that I'm God, and I really thought I was, but then I could see so many things are happening not the way I want them to happen, so it's obviously not God. But then, realizing now I have to, you know, Jesus said, Father, my will not my will, but thy will be done. I said, yeah, actually that's what one has to do. You got to give up doing your own thing and do God's thing. I realized, and then I realized those Hare Krishnas who I thought were a little weird. They're really cool, because they're really doing what God wanted to do. They're giving up independence, and they were finding out what God wants them to do, and they were fully dedicating themselves to doing that. I didn't see anybody else had that dedicated that level of devotion around me anywhere. Only the Hare Krishna people have that, you see, that I could see anywhere. I grew up as a Christian, but you know, it was ridiculous. Our minister, he'd be smoking a pipe, and he'd struggle for a whole week in the pastor's study, writing a lecture. And he has a huge library of books. It was so dry. He would struggle for a whole week to write a lecture, you know, struggling for a whole week to get up and read to us, and it was so boring. There was one popular song those days, blessed is the church service, makes me nervous. And that's what it was like, and it was like, get me out of here. I can't stand this, it's just so boring, it was so dry. He was miserable, reading his lecture, which is the fruit of his week-long misery, just smoking his pipe to somehow to get through the whole ordeal. And hearing that thing, but then when you meet the devotees, they're speaking from their heart, from their realization. They're sharing what they've heard from Prabhupada, who's just as unlimited, who's associating with God directly at every minute. I mean, it's just amazing. It's mystical. It's mystical. Instead of dry, I found that Krishna consciousness is like it's a walking, talking, mystical experience, you know. I mean, you can directly commune with God at every second. Like, wow, this is where it's really at, you know. Well, I live a humdrum material existence, being directly associated with God at every minute. You see, that is Krishna consciousness. So, if we have these understandings, then this anartana vritti becomes really, really cool, really nice thing. Working through anartana vritti, achieving it. What really did it for me was that when I first saw the devotees, to me, I couldn't relate to it. I mean, I like the chanting, I like the prasadam, who doesn't? I love the kirtan and prasadam, but to actually do it, I was thinking, you know, like, to me it looked like joining the Marine Corps, the boot camp, you know, rules, you gotta follow the rules and regulations, boy, you know, I wasn't, you know, sign up and join the military. I wasn't ready to join the army. I was a draft dodger, you know. They tried to draft me to send me to Vietnam, and I played some tricks to get out. I wasn't into joining the military, you know, and to me the Hare Krishna was like a military cadet corps or something, you know. I wasn't ready for the uniforms and the regiment. I wasn't ready to join the military. I already gotten out of the U.S. Army. I wasn't ready to join another army. I wasn't ready. But then when I met Vishnu Swami, his mood was completely different. You know, it wasn't like you got to follow the rules and regulations and you're going to hell. It wasn't like that. It was give your love to Krishna. It was a whole different approach. He was very unique, and when he would sing the kirtan, there was so much bhav, there was so much emotion, so much feeling. Even Prabhupada noted that. He wrote, I remember the letter came to us there in Austin. Vishnu Swami was in Austin. The letter came to us in Austin. We actually opened it when he was gone. That was the old system at ISKCON. When a letter came, it didn't matter who it was addressed to. Everybody would come and a letter from Prabhupada, you know, no one could contain themselves. It's a letter from Prabhupada. The whole temple, even if the person it was addressed to wasn't there, you open it up and read it. That was kind of our uncultured early days of ISKCON, you know. But it's a pretty sweet days, even though they're a bit uncultured. But in this letter, Prabhupada said, when you were singing the kirtan in Los Angeles, I could feel how I was being carried in Vaikuntha. And I was thinking, yeah, good. I was feeling the same thing, just hearing his kirtan. So, the point is this. By associating with advanced devotees, by kirtan, by prasadam, you know, we can get a taste of some sweet nectar. Even a little sneak preview, they call it a trailer. We used to call them sneak previews, now they're called trailers for the movies, you know. You get a trailer of Krishna Bhakti, or a sneak preview of Krishna Bhakti, by hearing from advanced devotees, by kirtan, by prasadam, in so many ways. But if you can just somehow get it, somehow or other, by hook or by crook, by any method of beg, borrow, or steal, somehow get a little taste of nectar, you see. Whatever it takes, somehow get a little taste of the nectar of Krishna consciousness. And then, when you think, wow, this is really amazing. I want more nectar, more nectar. You ask the devotees, well, you know, I got so much nectar from chanting, now how can I get more nectar out of chanting? Well, if you follow these rules and regulations, no illicit sex, no meeting, no intoxication, gambling, which will help you to get free of your lust, anger, greed, madness, illusion, envy, then that nectar will increase. So the clue is, somehow or other, by any method of beg, borrow, or steal, get a little taste of the nectar of Krishna consciousness. And then, you're ready for more. You see, then you'll be ready to go deeper. You say, Maharaj or Prabhu, or, you know, I had so much nectar, how can I get more? And follow this sadhana bhakti process, you see. So that's the key. That's the clue, that's the technique, how to hit the ground running, as they say, and to achieve a Nardanavritti. Get a taste of the nectar, and then you'll be super fired up. Yeah, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to become self-realized. I'm going to become a self-realized soul. I'm determined to do it. I know by the mercy of Guru and Krishna that even Jagai and Madai became fully enlightened. So, if they can do it, I can do it. By the mercy of Gaurnitai, by the mercy of Prabhupada, by the mercy of the senior devotees, I know I can do it too. So let me go for it. You just got to, embrace the struggle. Ki jai. You see, enthusiastically run to achieve the perfection of Krishna consciousness. Become a pure devotee. Why not? Why should I remain a neophyte my whole life, struggling to wake up in the morning, not enlightened to chant my rounds? Why should I remain a neophyte? Is there any reason to stay a neophyte? Any reason to remain a neophyte? No, it's just attachment. We're just attached to our anarthas. That's why we stay neophytes. We're attached to our anarthas. Got to kick those rascals out. Mr. Lust, go to Stockholm. Mr. Anger, go to Berlin, Just get out of here. I don't want you here. Lust, anger, greed, manners, and I want you to get the heck out of here right now. You've been torturing me. You've been keeping me as a prisoner for millions and millions of lifetimes. I've had it with you. We're breaking up. Get out. I just want pure devotional service and nothing but pure devotional service from here on out. That's it. Make that your determination. That's what Prabhupada wants. Prabhupada directly ordered me to become a pure devotee. He said, now you just qualify yourself to see Krishna face to face. I'm praying for that day when it'll happen. I know it'll happen someday by Prabhupada's mercy, because he ordered me to do it, and with the order of the spiritual master comes the potency to carry out that order. So even though I haven't gotten there yet, I'm still just seeing the material energy out there. Except for here, I'm seeing the transcendental energy, the Vaishnavas, and the deity. But for the most part, I'm just seeing the material energy like we all see the material energy. But I know that someday that curtain's going to open up, and there will be Krishna. Beautiful smiling face, you see. An amazing person. Venam kvanantamaravindalalaya taksam Barhavatam Ramaditam Buddhasundarangam Kandarpakoti Kamaniya Vishishya Shobham Govindamai Pudashandamanam Bhajami. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord. What is he adept at?
Playing flute.
He's adept at playing on his flute. Nobody can, there's no musician that comes close. You see. The Beatles captured the hearts of so many, but if you put a Beatle album down at the zoo, the animals won't be fazed by it at all. Put the greatest Beatle hits down at the zoo and see what the monkeys do. They couldn't care less. But when Krishna plays his flute, everyone goes into ecstasy. They're spellbound by his flute. The gopis, the cows, the calves, the butterflies, the tigers. There's even tigers, Krishna warned the gopis about the tigers. He said, what are you doing in the forest? Don't you know there's tigers in the forest? You want to know about tigers in the Vrindavan forest? You better go home where it's safe. You're here in a dangerous place where there's tigers roaming around looking for prey. He warned the gopi girl. So actually everyone became enchanted by Krishna's flute. The deer. So he's adept at playing on his flute. He has blooming eyes like lotus petals. Can you imagine eyes like lotus petals? His head is decked with what? A peacock feather. A really cool peacock feather. More beautiful than a rainbow, you see. His head decked with a peacock feather, with a figure of beauty tinged with the hue of blue clouds. And his unique loveliness charming millions of cupids. And then Prabhupada also one time said, millions of gopis. But the Akshar Shloka says millions of cupids. So it's both, actually. He's charming millions of cupids and millions of gopis by that amazing transcendental form. It's so powerful, that form. So powerful. So powerful form. And it's all there in the name. So anyway, we usually end, what time? 8:45? What's the ending? We got 5 minutes left for questions. Yeah.
You mentioned these different bad qualities: envy, lust, illusion.
What are the qualities? What are the bad qualities?
Yeah, but I was thinking about pride, because you didn't mention pride.
Yeah, well, that list is not complete. It's just a lust, anger, greed, madness, illusion, and envy. Madness and pride are the same thing. If you're proud, you're mad, you're crazy. You see what I'm saying? Because what are you going to be proud of? You're a rascal, you're an idiot, you're a fool, you're a buffoon, and you think you're great? You see what I'm saying? So pride is a form of madness, another form of madness. Not to offend a Vaishnava, but, you know. And we have to think that about ourselves, so I'm telling you that to remind you what you should think about yourself. I see you as a great saint, okay? You're a great Vaishnava, but yourself, you should think, I'm just rubbish, I'm trash, I'm lower than the stool of the dog. You see, that's how you should think about yourself. And we will worship you as a Vaishnava, but you should think yourself like that. Any other question? Yeah.
I would like to ask about these reactions. They come only on earth, or the reactions of killing Brahmana by Indra that are in the whole universe?
Somebody help me, I'm a little deaf.
If the Rakshasas, they come only on earth.
Oh, Rakshasas?
No, I mean these sinful reactions. Indra killed the Brahmana.
The what?
Reactions.
Reactions
Sinful reactions.
Simple reaction.
Yeah.
Of the verse.
of the verse. I'm containing to the verse.
Pertaining to today's verse, simple reactions.
Yeah, they come only on earth for women, for trees, for oceans,
Oh,
or
that's true, only
only
the earth, that women have a menstrual period?
No, I mean all the reactions, because the oceans, trees, women.
I'm not sure about that. Where do these simple reactions apply? I know on the heavenly planets, it's a different world up there. They can, my temple president, he had come back from India, he was hearing some Prabhupada saying different things. So I heard from him that Prabhupada had said that in the heavenly planets they can have sex as much as they want without pregnancy, and they get pregnant right before they leave their bodies, one time. That's how they can have sex unlimited. So without any pregnancy. Just enjoy. So yeah, there are different situations throughout the material existence. Things are different in different places. But the demigods actually envy our position. They're waiting for their chance to take birth here. Because this is the best place for self-realization. These simple reactions are actually a blessing. You see, for one who is actually fixed in Krishna consciousness, there's no such thing as anything inauspicious. He sees everything as auspicious. The good, the bad, the beautiful, the ugly, success, failure. He's fixed in samaha, equanimity. Just like this is described by the quality of the Brahmana. Shamadamata pausho cham. A Brahmana, how many initiated Brahmanas do we have here? Raise your hand. Yeah. That means you're supposed to be fixed in equanimity now. You see everything the same. Success and failure, happiness and distress. See, happiness and distress are the same. I'm not affected.